So you're looking at MetaMask and you want to create a new wallet. Well, let's jump into how to do that. I'm Brett at CryptoGX and I'm going to show you step by step how to set up a MetaMask wallet and what that really entails, the things that you can do with it, and how to stay safe out there so you don't lose your crypto. Let's get into it. So what is a MetaMask wallet? Well, it's an online or mobile wallet where you can interact with different decentralized applications, buy and sell cryptocurrency, swap it, trade it, send it to different wallets, and interact with different websites using blockchain technology. So let's jump into getting your wallet set up. The first thing we're going to do is open up your application store, whether it be the Google Play Store or in this case, the Apple App Store, and search for MetaMask. Once you type in MetaMask, it's going to be the first thing that you see after whatever the ad is above that. And you're going to open that up and click Get. In my case, I already had the MetaMask wallet, so it showed the little cloud icon, but it'll be in that same space. So once you have it downloaded, you'll click the open icon right there. And this is going to be the first page that you get to. It's going to show welcome to MetaMask. If you swipe over, manage your digital assets, and your gateway to Web3. Now, of course, we're going to go to the very bottom and click Get Started. Once you click Get Started, you're going to see this wallet setup screen, and you can either import a previously existing wallet using a secret recovery phrase or create a new wallet. In this case, we're going to create a new wallet, but I'll talk to you a little bit about what the security phrase is later and why that's important and how you could use that in the future. So click on Create a New Wallet, and this is the, improve MetaMask features where it's going to basically see what you do and save all the information and use that to better the app. We're going to click no thanks on that one, but you will need to agree to the terms of use. So you're going to read through this whole document, click I agree, and then accept. Next, you're going to want to create a password for your MetaMask wallet. This is going to be how you sign in regularly. This is also going to be something that you want to save and write down, as well as your security phrase. Again, we'll get to that in a second, but starting with your password, something simple for you to remember, but not too simple for somebody else to guess. Once you've created your password, you're going to keep unlock with Face ID on. That way you don't have to use your password every single time. It's going to be very important for you to get in easily, as well as protect you from other people who, let's say they, find out your password. They can get in without Face ID, so you want to use Face ID so you're extra safe. Before you can create your password, you're going to have to click, I understand that MetaMask cannot recover this password for me. So you're going to have to write that down. You're going to have to keep it safe on your own. Click that acknowledgement box and then click Create Password. So once you click Create Password, it's going to show, do you want to allow MetaMask to use Face ID? You'll click Allow. It'll sign you in and it'll start creating your wallet. So to secure your wallet, you're going to protect it with a secret recovery phrase. This is the only way that you can recover your wallet if you get locked out of the app, if you get a new device, if you forget your password, anything like that. The secret recovery phrase is the only thing that you can use to recover your asset. So the secret recovery phrase, once we moved on to this next page, let's click Start. You'll sign in with your Face ID there, and then it'll show tap to reveal your secret recovery phrase. Once you click tap to reveal your security phrase, this is what the page will look like. Once you see this, keep this open and write down your secret recovery phrase on a piece of paper and make sure it is in the correct order. Then keep this someplace very, very safe, out of the way of prying eyes, ideally in a locked box that is fireproof just in case of an emergency where that might happen. Because if this recovery phrase is gone, you will not have access to your funds anymore. Once you have that written down and saved, you're going to click Continue. In this next step, since MetaMask wants you to be extra safe and have written down your recovery phrase, they're going to make you type it in the right order so that they're verifying that you actually wrote it down. So you'll go through and you'll click on the words, putting them in the correct order. And once you're done, you'll be able to log into your account. So congratulations, you've set up your wallet. You are ready to use it. It tells you a few things here, keep a reminder of your security phrase, keeping it safe and things like that. But once you're ready, click Done. And it looks like it'll automatically pop up a little notification asking you if you would like to enable automatic security checks. I'm going to go with yes on this one. So let's take a tour of the wallet as it shows right here. That's pretty important to get used to what your wallet actually looks like and what it does. So as you can see from this page, on the bottom left, there's a little icon that looks like a wallet. This is going to show your accounts. These are going to have your Ethereum and whatever other tokens in there, and it will show your account numbers by tapping the arrows. In order to see your wallet address, you'll be on your wallet page and click on the very top right next to where it says account 1 or whatever account number you have, since you can have multiple accounts. That little arrow, we're going to tap on that, and this will show your list of accounts. And then the 3 dots on the right, we'll click that, and then you'll click Share My Public Address. Once you click Share Your Public Address, you can either share it with someone through messages or you can just copy that address. So I'll click Copy, and once you click Copy, you can take that and paste it on any other account. That's how you will get your address in order to share it. The other potential way that you would want to to do this is slightly easier. You're going to be on your wallet page here and then click on the very top right. It looks like 4 squares next to a bell. Once you click that icon, it's going to ask you if it can access your camera. You're going to want to click allow. You will need to use this later at some point, I'm sure. So click allow and then go on the top right to your QR code. We'll use the scan QR code later, but at the moment, this is the easiest way to get your wallet address. You can show your QR code to someone else. They can scan your QR code to send you crypto. That's something you can share publicly. They won't have access to your funds by sharing that. This is publicly shareable. And then on the bottom here, it shows your wallet address and you can just click copy address and then boom, that's in your clipboard and you can paste that anywhere you need to if you'd like to have someone send any sort of crypto to that address. So once you have your wallet set up, there's many different things that you're going to want to be able to do. And to see what our options are, let's go back to our homepage and then click the up and down arrows on the very bottom middle. This brings up all of the options that we can do. We can buy crypto with cash. We can sell crypto for cash. We can swap, which means exchange between, let's say, Ethereum to Polygon and other tokens within the acceptable blockchains that are available on MetaMask. Next, we can bridge, which basically means transfer tokens between different networks, since obviously Ethereum is its own network and there are many, many others that MetaMask supports. Next, you can send crypto to any account. You can basically copy their address, put it in there and send crypto anywhere. And lastly, you can receive crypto. So let's just start off with a simple buy. Click on the buy icon right there and it'll show what to expect and get started. We can just click right through that and we're going to have to set up our region and information about us to get going. So I'm going to click United States, California and click continue. And then here are the options to buy crypto essentially with cash. Now, all of these have their advantages and their disadvantages with fees or how long it takes. Just use the one that works best for you. In this particular instance, I'm just going to click on Apple Pay and continue to the amount. I'll go for US dollars and I'll just choose $50. With Apple Pay, we're going to use get quotes and then here's what it'll look like. So it should cost $50.12 to get 50 US dollars worth of Ethereum. Once I click continue, it's going to use a platform called MoonPay to actually transfer the funds. And with this, you're going to have to set up a MoonPay account or an account with whatever provider they end up using at the end of this particular process. It does take a while. You got to set up your own account, make sure to keep your passwords and all of that stuff safe, but it is an effective way to actually get US dollars onto one of these particular wallets. Next up, let's take a look at selling crypto for cash. It's going to look very similar. We'll click get started, but instead, if we have Ethereum, we're going to just click, let's say we had 1 Ethereum. We would type that in right there, click done, and you would set up your bank account to have it automatically transfer to. This way it would be going straight through PayPal. You click continue, add your PayPal account, and then go from there. Next up is a really important one, swapping from different coins to another. So this is what the page looks like when you want to do a swap. It'll show your account on the very top. If you click that, you could either add an account or switch between accounts if you had multiple. Right below that, there's the Ethereum ticker, or you can click on that and you can search for any other cryptocurrency that this platform supports. You can swipe through the top coins at the moment, or type in Poly or Polygon network, okay, and choose that one. Once you select the cryptocurrency that you have, then you're going to want to select the token that you want. So below that, it says select a token. We'll click on that and I'm going to go to, let's say, Chainlink, and you'll type in the amount of cryptocurrency that you have, which will be on the top, and then you'll click get quotes on the bottom right, and that will give you a rough estimate of how much of the new cryptocurrency that you will get once you do this transfer. As you can see here, this is the final page before actually swapping the cryptocurrency. It'll show on the very bottom estimated gas fee, and essentially this is just a fee for the transaction to run, because with cryptocurrencies you have to pay a fee to have a transaction go through. Once you're ready to swap, all you do is click swap on the very bottom and then you're all set. When you want to bridge tokens between networks, it's a similar process to swapping. It's not something that most people do, but if we want to take a look at here, it's back in the main menu page where the up and down arrows are. We'll click bridge and it'll open up a page where it's going to ask you if you want to help improve MetaMask with usage and diagnostics. We can say no to that if we would like. But once we get through that, it will show you a web browser page, portfolio.metamask.io, and this will allow you to bridge from Ethereum. You can send Ethereum to another network, and let's say in this case we wanted to go to the base network and you wanted it to be in Ethereum, but from the Ethereum network to the base network. All you would do is connect your wallet, and you can see your accounts right there. Click connect, update it successfully, and then all you have to do is enter the amount of Ethereum that you want to input. I would type in 10 right there, and it would calculate the amount of Ethereum that you would get with some sort sort of transfer fee and slippage depending on the difference of each blockchain price, and then you would click confirm. Now, this is an interesting aspect of MetaMask because when you're on this bridging platform, it works essentially as a decentralized app because, as you can see on the top, portfolio.metamask.io, that is a web page and you are in the web browser. You can see this on the very bottom, the middle right. It shows an icon that looks almost like the Safari icon because you are in a web browser within MetaMask and you connected to that browser extension through your app, just as you would with connecting to any sort of decentralized app. I know we're getting into the weeds here, but it's important that we did that first because if you wanted to connect to something like OpenSea, you do it in the exact same way. So let's start over for opening up a decentralized application. We'll go back to our homepage here, and as we saw on the almost bottom right near the gear icon, there's the Safari looking icon. If we click on that, it shows us our bridge application that we were just at. But if we wanted to go to a different decentralized application, we would have to type in the web address. So we'll go to the top here and we'll exit out of the MetaMask portfolio and we'll search for OpenSea. And there you go, OpenSea.io. Make sure any decentralized app you're on, it's going to be the correct URL. OpenSea is a platform where you can buy and sell NFTs, and it's a very popular one. It's very trusted. It's been around forever. So that's the only reason why I'm opening this particular one. Once you get to your web page within MetaMask that you know is your correct decentralized application, usually there's going to be a connect icon in the top right or top left. In this case, it's on the top right. So we'll click that. Then it'll open a little pop-up and it'll show connect with OpenSea. So you're going to connect your wallet through this application, and you can see MetaMask right there. So we'll tap on that and it wants to see your accounts and suggest transactions and use your enabled networks. You know OpenSea is trusted. That's the only reason why you're going to click connect right there. You're going to agree to their terms of service after reading them, and then it'll have a signature request. Only do signature requests, confirm signature requests on trusted websites, because if you sign a request from a untrustworthy site, they could potentially gain access to all of your funds and empty out your account. So this is a trusted one, so we're going to click confirm. Once you do that, you are in, you are connected, and as you can see, if you click this little person icon on the top right, then it goes to my profile and shows my account, which obviously I have nothing in there at the moment, and then you can interact with this particular decentralized application in any way you'd like. So the last thing that's really important for everybody here is going to be sending crypto. So we're going to go back to our main page here and click on our up and down arrows in order to send crypto. The sending crypto button obviously is second from the bottom. Click on send. Now this is going to be if you want to send from your current address to another wallet that you might have. Once you pull up the send page, it'll show from and your account, and to where you can put in a public address. Let's say you copy from your new hardware wallet and you can paste that in there. I would typically try my best to only be copy and pasting just so that the address isn't wrong. You don't type it in incorrectly, but if you need to type it in one by one, make sure to go over it multiple times because they are very long addresses and they could be incorrect. The best way to do that if you can't copy and paste is going to be clicking this square icon on the right. Once you click that, it will show scan QR code. You can pull up a QR code on pretty much any other wallet app or device that you're going to be sending money to, and you will use this QR code scanner over that QR code. And once you do that, it will basically copy and paste and import the correct wallet address for you. I would do recommend to double check just in case, but generally it's safe as long as you're using the correct QR code for the correct wallet that you're trying to send to. Once you have put in an account there, you're going to click next. You're going to type in the amount of Ethereum that you want to send. Let's just say 1. It doesn't have to be Ethereum, of course. You see Ethereum right here on the top. You can click that and it will show the other accounts that you have any funds in if you have something other than Ethereum. But you'll click on whichever cryptocurrency that is, type in the amount and click next. Now obviously you're going to have the sufficient funds in there. It will then show you where it's going to send it to, the transaction fee, how much you're going to need for that transaction fee, and then you'll click confirm and you'll be all set. I hope you learned something and this was easy to walk through, and now you're ready to go with your MetaMask wallet to receive, send crypto, use decentralized apps, and much, much more. Just make sure a few things before you fully dive in. Absolutely write down and save your secret recovery phrase. Keep that the most safe that you've ever kept anything in your life. It is incredibly crucial that this does not get into the wrong hands. Next, be very, very cautious of the decentralized apps and websites that you use on your MetaMask wallet web browser and the things that you connect your MetaMask wallet wallet too. If you sign into untrustworthy applications, then they can get access to your wallet and drain it of all the funds. And obviously you don't want to have that happen, and I want you to be safe out there. So definitely be careful. If you want to buy some crypto on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or crypto.com, I'll leave links to those in the description below, where you can get $50 of free crypto just for signing up with those links. And if you're interested in meme coins, I'll leave a link to MoonShot as well, where you can claim some free meme coins just by using that link. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. And if you want to stay tuned with all things crypto, make sure to hit subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.